Brethren, the story of a great recovery. Part 1, England and Wales. Chapter 11. Weston-Super-Mare. The story of Weston-Super-Mare goes back to the early 60s, or perhaps earlier, when a few Christian believers gathered together on scriptural lines in a small hall in Meadow Street. It was not, however, till the year 1866, following an evangelistic mission by Lord Radstock, that any real development took place. Earl Cavan was residing in the neighborhood at this time, and it was on his invitation that Lord Radstock came to Weston. The meetings were held in the assembly room, and continued for several months, resulting in a remarkable work of grace such as had never before been experienced in Weston. Almost from the start of the mission, people in considerable numbers flocked to hear the preaching nobleman, and many, including men belonging to the professional and educated class, were brought into the kingdom. Among the converts was one who, in after years, was notably used in carrying the gospel into almost inaccessible places in Eastern Europe as well as to isolated posts across the vast continent of Asia. His name was Frederick W. Baedeker. Through the influence of a Christian military officer, Dr. Baedeker was prevailed upon to attend the gospel services. Alluding to that never-to-be-forgotten night of his conversion, the doctor afterwards said, "I went in a proud German infidel, and I came out a humble, believing disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ." Dr. Baedeker made Weston-Super-Mare his home, and except during the periods of his long and arduous excursions across the two continents he was to be found diligently sowing the seed and feeding the flock on the green pastures on the southern shore of the Bristol Channel, where he continued until his home call in 1906 at the ripe age of 83. In addition to the Earl of Cavan and Dr. Baedeker, brethren associated with the assembly who contributed to the spiritual development of the church were Thomas Newberry, Colonel Minchin, General Rice, Judge Wiley, General Cookson, Douglas Russell, John or Ewing and others whose names, though unrecorded here, shall receive a worthier record more durable than the printed page. The name of Thomas Newberry is remembered in association with his monumental work, The Englishman's Bible, the result of many years' diligent study and searching of the scriptures in original Hebrew and Greek languages. Newberry's Bible, as it is known, is highly prized by Bible students, and is regarded by some as an inestimable help for enabling the ordinary reader to discern the beauties of the original scriptures. In the history of Weston-Super-Mare Assembly, many notable men, prominent amongst people called brethren, sojourned there, bequeathing to this treasure house of God's spiritual riches, the fragrance of which still lingers around the memory of those stalwarts of the faith. An unbroken testimony, attended by the ingathering of many souls, has continued these 70 years, and at the present time the assembly, now gathering in the Gospel Hall, Waterloo Street, has a membership of 130 believers.